Hi, welcome back. Simon here and I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'll be doing a teardown on an Asus gaming laptop and I'll walk you through step by step on how to do that. So let's take a look at the laptop here. And this is how the laptop looks like on the keyboard. If you have the same model like mine, you can follow along with the video and I'll show you how to maybe do an upgrade on the hard drive or the RAM, things like that. So let's take a look at the model here. It says Asus FA506. I did make a separate video on the screen replacement on this model. Go ahead and check it out. It should be in the link of description below, or maybe just look it up on my YouTube channel and you should be able to find them. Alright, so let's go ahead and take the back cover out. First I like to do is to remove the screws. These are the regular Phillips screws and I'll be using the electric screwdriver to do that. If you're interested where to buy the electric screwdriver, I'll have it linked in the description below. You can check it out on Amazon. That is where I got it from. Alright, so once you have all the screws removed, let's go ahead and try to open up the back cover. Once you remove the back cover, as you can see, this is the entire of your laptop. Let me give you a short tour. At least you can get to understand what's going on here. So this is the battery, and if you're interested to do a battery replacement, what you want to do is you want to look up for this model here. It says B31N1726. Now, if the battery is not holding the charge or your battery is swollen, like there's a lump on the battery, or if it dies very quickly, then more likely you need to change out the battery. Now, how do you change the battery? It's very simple. Go ahead and disconnect the connector, the battery connector. By doing so, you just slightly slide it down, right? You do not need to have, there's no safety pin or anything. You just slide down the connector, and that's how you disconnect the battery. The next step you like to do is to go ahead and remove the screws. Once you remove the two screws, the battery will just slide out without any problem. Okay, so I'll link the battery in the description below where you can buy it from. Usually I got it from eBay. Try to get the OEM. If you can't get the OEM from Asus, that's fine. A third-party battery would just work well. Alright, so the next part here I like to talk about is the M.2 drive. This is where it stores all your information, like your data, your programs, your Windows, everything is saved in this M.2 drive. Now this M.2 drive has upgraded to a 1 terabyte. So 1000 gigabyte equals to 1 terabyte. And if you're interested to pull the data, let's just say that the computer died, you spill liquid or whatever happened to the computer and the computer died and you really need the information, what you can do is you can go ahead and buy one of these. This is called a USB adapter for NVMe. I'll link it in the description below. I got this from Amazon. And what you can do is you pull the hard drive out, transfer it into this USB adapter. Make sure you secure with the screw here, or you can have a tape to tape it around. You do not want the thing to be spliced open like this. You just want it to be closed all the way in. Now you can plug into any computer, just a regular USB, and you can pull your information out. Okay, so for those of you who are interested to clone or to get a larger hard drive, I make a separate video where you can clone the M.2. So if you happen to have a smaller M.2 drive, let's just say this is the original smaller one, and you happen to try to upgrade to a larger M.2 drive, then you can buy one of these adapters as well and then try to clone it over. All right, let's go ahead and move forward to the next step. Now this is your RAM, and this RAM here runs on DDR4. So to remove the RAM, you want to press the this two-side clipper. It kind of clips in, and if you push it away from each other, the RAM will just pop straight up. Okay, so that's how you remove the RAM, or you can upgrade the RAM. Now this RAM runs on 8 gigabytes. So this is a 8 gigs. You can upgrade to 32 by getting a 16 and 16. So you have 2 RAM slot here where you can upgrade it to 8 and 8 or 16 and 16. Okay. To install is very easy. Slide it at 45-degree angle, push it all the way in, and then push it down, and the clipper will just lock back in. It's as simple as that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the heatsink right here. So this is actually the copper heatsink that transfer the heat from the CPU and your GPU onto the heat pipe, and the exhaust fan here would just blow the hot air away from the computer to exhaust it on both sides, left and away from the computer. Now if your computer gets really hot, so let's just say if you can hear your fan goes on a high speed all the time, and you feel like the computer gets hot really quickly, now this is where you want to come in and apply a new thermal paste. Sometimes the thermal paste is get all dried up, so it doesn't conduct the heat that well. Then you need to come in and clean it out and apply a new thermal paste. And I'll show you how to do that. So you need to remove all the screws. There are 8 screws, CPU and GPU. So remove all the 8 screws. All right. So once all the 8 screws are removed, you can easily remove the copper heatsink by lifting it up. Now you may have some challenges because the thermal pads, as you can see, all the thermal pads are melted, and then it feels like it's sticky, right? So you may have some difficulty to lift it up, but do not put a lot of pressure because you do not want to break the copper heatsink. So what I did was earlier, I put my fingernail underneath the bracket and I lift it up. At the same time, I'm trying to leverage the weight on both sides and lift it up little by little and slowly. And once that thing is separated, then it can easily be removed. All right, so these are all your thermal pads, the blue color little thing. They are not thermal paste, and they are kind of melted on the chipset right here. This is your graphics card and this is your GPU, and it looks like it's all dried up. What you want to do is you want to get one of these alcohol wipes. Get the alcohol wipes, wipe it down on both sides, the heatsink and the CPU and the GPU, wipe it down. And what you want to do next is to get the the thermal compound. I'll have the link in the description again, where you can find a replacement, or not a replacement, but to buy this thermal paste and apply it on the CPU and GPU. Now, if you're gonna ask how much should I apply, it kind of all depends. This thermal paste is original from the manufacturer. This computer was never been applied with the new thermal paste. So if you can look at the amount here, right? The amount on this one, this is actually on this side, this is on that side. If you look at the amount is quite a lot. I mean, this little plastic right here, this little black thing is to cover up the graphics card so that the thermal compound, anything that spill over, it goes on top of the plastic. So you try not to apply too little. Some people, I can see the comment that says, well, you apply too much, you're going to kill the graphics card or the CPU. But I think the answer is no. I think you need to have a good amount of thermal paste. And I like the way to apply is by going spread it evenly on the GPU as well as the graphics card. Spread it evenly, and then when you press it down, it would pushes the thermal paste all around the entire surface, right? Instead of just putting one dot right in the center and you hope that one little thermal paste can push it all around it, the answer is no, it's not going to happen. So make sure you spread it all over. When you press it, it will just evenly spread it to the entire GPU or the graphics card. All right, let's move on to the next part. Is like to talk about the CPU fan, right? So let's just say that your CPU fan is really dirty and you want to replace it or clean it because you know, your fan is giving you problem. So 2 screws, top and bottom, right? Actually 3 screws. There's one here. 3 screws, and then this is the CPU connector. What I did was I just push it away from my body, just push it that direction, and that's how you can get the CPU out. And if you want to find the replacement parts, let's take a quick look here, and that would be your replacement CPU fan parts. Just go ahead and check it out and look for the replacement part. And if you feel like the fan is really dusty, get the A-can duster and just dust it out. All right, let's come and work on the other side. Slide a cable connector to your right. And that's how you disconnect the CPU fan. Again, check the motor here if you want to do a replacement, or just get a A-can duster and dust it out. All right, let's talk about the cables. So this is your LCD screen cable. There's this black little safety clipper. Go ahead and flip it up, flip it straight up, and slide the LCD cable away. That's for that. And this is your DC jack connector. You can also slide the connector away from your body, so slide it straight on that direction. And there you go. This is your speaker cable. Slide it down. There you go. If you have a bad speaker or like buzzing noise of, you know, static giving you a funny noise, that is how you're going to remove the speaker. Run along the cable right here, and this is the other side of it. It comes in a pair, left and right speaker, and this is the cable that runs along it and come out as a connector right here. Okay, so just so you know that this is the original M.2, right, for this for the C drive, and there's additional secondary tray here. Instead of running through the 2.5-inch hard drive slot, you can buy additional M.2 drive and you can install right here, and that would be a secondary hard drive if you need more capacity on your storage. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and remove the screws. These are the hinge screw. What it is it holds onto your LCD screen. So remove that. There are 2 on each side. Okay, once you have removed all that, the next step you like to do is lift it up to a 90-degree angle right here. Lift it up. I wanted to show you how to replace the DC jack. So for those of you who accidentally break your DC jack, if you by accident you stuff something in it and it broke the DC jack, or it's not taking the charge, and this is where you can replace the DC jack on its own. Okay, so let's put that on the side. Now here comes the motherboard. We are going to remove the motherboard here. So first you need to disconnect your Wi-Fi. The white cable is on the top, the black one is at the bottom. You can match with the triangle. This white triangle on the top, the black triangle is at the bottom. To remove the Wi-Fi, I just have to lift it straight up. Very simple. It's just like Lego, just lift it straight up. Remove that screw. For the Wi-Fi, slide the Wi-Fi card to your left and you can remove it. Now what you want to do now is to disconnect all the cables. Right here is your USB direct cable. What I like to do is somewhat make sure it's not taped down. So they tape everything down, so you need to untape them and slide the cable down. Do not pull because you may break the stuff. What you want to do is slightly push and pull at the same time. Here is the white safety clipper. Flip it up, slide the cable down. That is for your touchpad. This is for your keyboard. Open up the clipper, slide the keyboard down. This is your keyboard lighting. Open up the clipper, slide the cable to your left. And that's pretty much it. That's all the cable that it needs. And last but not least, the cable on the top here. Open up the clipper and slide the cable away from you.
How long will it take?
1 hour or so.
Okay.
Name?
My name's Johnny, J-O-H, and pack him in or no?
No.
J-O-H-N-N-Y,
Last name?
K-I-E-N-O-S-K-I.
Phone number?
808 825 1309.
808-225-1309. Okay. All right, that's it.
That's it? Okay, so I'll come back in an hour.
Yeah, about like 150.
Okay.
Okay.
So you said 139 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 139. All right, sorry about that earlier. I had a customer that just came in for iPhone repair. Okay, so that is the last cable that I need to disconnect, and the rest of it is just going to be unscrew. For the motherboard, there's one here. What else is there? 2, 3. And you can just lift the motherboard straight up, and there you go. This is the entire motherboard. And if you like to look for the motherboard replacement part, probably this is the number here to look for, and that should be it. Now if you're going to have keyboard replacement, right? So let's just say that you spill water on the keyboard and you plan to replace the keyboard because the keys are not working. You can see that the keyboard is built in with the palm rest, with the entire bottom part up here. So let me show you that. So this keyboard is already built in. You can't replace it. But if you need to replace, you would have to buy the entire keyboard with the palm rest, right? The whole entire assembly that comes with the touchpad as well. Excuse me. So you need to buy the whole replacement for the keyboard. Yeah, you just can't replace the key by itself. All right, so that's pretty much it. And if you find this video is helpful, please go ahead and give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. That would really appreciate you for doing that. And yeah, and one thing, and just comment below, tell me how did you do on your repair. If this if something that this video helps you along with the repair, I'd like to hear from you. And yeah, until next time, please take care. Bye now.